What's good, Wondrous? Can you hear me? Oh, I need to run this chat on my... Turn this music down. I want to go over price action from today. I think it's a really good example of our model, the Primo model. I don't know why I'm drinking coffee at midnight, but I'd like to see if we could get a couple more folks in here. All right, we got two folks. Um, drop a note in the chat. I want to go over this price action from this morning. Timiato, welcome. I'm gonna go over the basics of this model. I've got a little audio echo in my ear. How's the audio on your end? Make sure I got everything out of the way. What we're looking at right here, price action on NQ for October 3rd. We're looking at the 9:30 open going into the 10 o'clock hour. Talking about the transition there between the 9 and the 10 o'clock hour. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're not in the Discord, there's links in my channel description. You can get to my X, you can get to my Discord, drop your email in the mailing list. That way, we're just building this thing right now. We've got a hell of a model, man. We got a nice trade here. Tons of confluences. I want to go ahead and kind of give this as an example from today because it is a unique example because the overall sentiment at the open is bearish. But this model can still catch the slight retracement before a further bearish move. It's and it will catch a complete reversal at the 10 o'clock hour. So I'm staring at my YouTube right now at my OBS. I'm going to jump over to TradingView and I'm going to run us through the different time frames and how this trade sets up and what are the most important levels to set up the trade. Baseline set points. I'm using my key levels indicator. I've got midnight, 1800, 930. These are always on my chart. That way I can see what I call horizontal liquidity, invisible liquidity in the layout. Everybody can see highs and lows created, but without the key levels where you're looking at midnight open, Globex open, 930 open, those opening prices are magnets for price. This model that I have developed over the past 9-10 months, this model is solely using those levels for bias. We're taking current price relative to Globex open, midnight open, 930 open, 945 open. It's a very, very, very strict model. But the reason that I developed this model is because I study the biggest trades during New York session. And I found that they all had this in common. Now, there are big trades that may or may not meet all four criteria. They may meet some, but not all. But hopefully, anybody that's subscribing to the indicator, after a time, they start to see these trades before they happen. That's how I'm trading this model. So let's dig into the chart right here. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. So looking at today, we've come into the open. We're diving down for that previous day. I'm going to expand my key levels a little bit right here. I'm going to show previous day, high, low, EQ. Price coming back to that EQ to balance that price range after the overnight and London taking out the previous day high. So here we are coming into the 10 o'clock hour. In order for this model to present a long signal, you must be below midnight, you must be below 930, you must be below 1800, and you must have a sufficient trend change to signal a market structure shift. Now, this is my sauce. This is where I get what I call the IP. So if we continue to break down to further time frames, 3 minute now, 1 minute now. This model, I designed the indicator to print for market structure shifts on the 15-second chart. The 15-second chart for NQ during this time frame gives the best entries. So here you can see from 930, we're on the 15-second chart. We're chop suey for a few minutes. Then price tags midnight open and dumps to the previous day EQ. Below midnight, 930, 1800, below prior day EQ. Coming into what I call the extended 950 1010 macro. A dear friend of mine discussed with another friend that this macro should be 945 to 1015 at a minimum. I stretch it to from 945 to 1020 because there are some trades that don't materialize in that first macro until 1015, 1016, 1017. But I am a huge believer time first for this model, which is one of about 3 models that I'm trading. Again, in the Discord, we're talking about all the different modes, all the different models. We're going to be sharing that through the mailing list. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's brand new. We're just getting started. So, here we are on the 15-second chart. Throwing up one more candle here. Boom. There's your market structure shift. This is my Primo indicator. I don't have the market structure shift toggle on, but you can see it right there. And here, this definition is this trend change from down to neutral, down, neutral again, and then a bullish market structure shift between the time frame of 9:45 to 10:20 on the 15-second chart with an fair value gap change sufficient enough to produce the market structure shift. I'm getting pretty technical now. I measure the fair value gap chain, set an ideal entry point, calculate a stop loss level, and calculate take profit levels based on statistical data analysis that I've done in my back testing to develop this model. So this is today. This is Friday, October 3rd, price action. Typically, these trades, once we get a print, will retrace. The best trades will retrace to the center of this fair value gap chain. So let's go ahead and do this on bar replay. I'm going to get my settings up here so that we can simulate a trade with these buy sell buttons. I'm on the micros chart, so we'll go with 2, but we're going to wait for a retrace here to the entry level. We'll get as close as we can. Now this is where every trader is going to play this differently. And every day is going to be a little different. So here, now, being that this is a mechanical model, it can't be super precise for everything. But let's just leave it at the calculated stop loss and see how this trade runs out. I'm gonna put this on 5x. Give us a minute here to run through. Oh, we need to take profit. Let's put a 5-to-1 on because a lot of these trades are running a 5-to-1. This time of day, this setup, these bias conditions met. Oh, lost my audio. With these bias conditions met, it's your primo for a big trade. And this hence the name. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing. I'm gonna get my tunes back rolling again. I can't see the chat. Let me pop over and check just to make sure. Hey, Cool Cat, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm not trading Bitcoin, man. I don't have the setup. I'm trading futures on the CME exchange. We're down right now. Um, guys, I'm gonna let this thing run out real quick because I'm getting a low battery alarm on my Mac. I can try to get that handled if somebody wants to stay on. But I just want to give kind of a quick a demonstration on this model today because I was in some big trades here, and it takes a while for this thing to play out to 5 to 1, but there's plenty of scalp opportunities here to get a piece, you know, indicator prints, and gives you your confluence to your concept of, hey, this thing's going to pull a reversal here on me. Now, we get a little deeper into the strategy of how to manage this trade, partials, break even, etc., about how do I deal with this trade for the long-term vision. Because obviously one day, one trade can't define you, you know. But this right here, it doesn't get much more straightforward than this. This is just one print. And, you know, I've been trading this model since October last year. A year now. Here we are on a year. If you guys got any questions, go ahead and drop those on right now. Subscribe to the channel. Come on, like the stream. This is the pretty short video right here. Rewind that. I go through the price action. I'm going to run and grab my charger for my laptop here. If you got a question, throw it in the chat. I'll be right back. Just need a little stream going. I'll be right back. Okay, got the charger. No, so regarding the question here on, do I take it only on the 15-second chart? I designed the indicator for the 15-second chart. I know it's super low time frame, but in the New York session, you could get super precise entries. I haven't studied today on a real detailed level. I entered today. Let me see if I can throw the Discord up. You guys got to bear with me. I'm a new streamer here, so I don't know that I have Discord in my OBS setup, but I'm going to do it right now. So just bear with me 1 second. I'm going to go through this and show you what. Let's see. Screen capture. Discord. Location capture. Discord. Bam. You guys see my Discord now? Should be able to see that. That's a good question. I don't have a full data set on how often it comes back to entry. I will tell you that I worked out a strategy for that, and we can pull that up in TradingView. We can pull up the strategy and we can run it and get some live back testing results. Let me get this open. Are you guys seeing my Discord on the screen? Yes, okay, good. Sorry. I just want to kind of, validate this a little bit, that this is not like some hocus pocus shit here, you know? Like this is what uh-oh, this is what we're doing, what I'm doing every day. Okay. Hopefully we can see this Discord. But today I was a little sidetracked today, so I wasn't able to be in the move super early. I was trading gold longs since since this past midnight. I'm gonna say yesterday morning early. I woke up at 2 or 3 a.m. and I jumped on some gold longs. I had a Topstep account that I wanted to pass, and I was actually, there's another live video, you can check that out, um, from the early AM gold trades. Hey, bud. No, you're good. Um, so let's see. And then Tony in the Discord said, "Hey guys, I'm thinking we're getting a long print here." And so I pulled it up, and he said, "I'm not going to screenshot it because of the curse." And I said, "Okay, don't worry, I'll screenshot it for you." And I get on, and we see this print, but I'm way late to the party here. It's already fully retraced to the entry, and it's already started to run. We're already past 3 to 1. But even then, I said, you know what? I'm gonna get in. I'm a little late to the party, you know. So I jumped in on the 1800 tap long, headed back a bit north. I did take one stop out, but went back in. Ended up making a really nice trade out of it. Um, I think I pulled 12 or 1500 bucks. Um, and and here's where I kind of get, hey, what's real? These are runners right here, and I'm exiting at 5 to 1 because that's categorically all I'm getting out of this trade. On Here you go, babe. You need these? Babe, you can talk. I mean, it's just a couple guys and me on the stream. Or is it late and you like to whisper? It's okay. It's okay. And so, um, let me pop back over to OBS and get this out of the way. Okay, good. So just a little bit of proof, that we're trading this thing. So come join us, man. We want traders in the Discord. We want folks who want to learn and want to contribute and be a part. And it doesn't cost anything to be in that channel where we're sharing this. And if you want the indicators, okay, you know, um, I've been struggling with it a little bit, but for now, I've got a subscription model taking a few folks on a deeper level. So let's see, what was I going to look at additionally? We can try to get that strat up and see some back testing results, and I can go through a little bit more of how this model plays out on a couple hundred trades. Let's see if I've got that strat just, yeah, right here. Enforce strat. Let's give this one a try. See if we're getting the same. There we go. Yeah, okay, see, so it's still working. I'm gonna turn this other indicator off so we can see. I'm actually gonna clear off this just so we see the strat. So what I've got here is a strat, and so this is showing 4 trades from the time frame of September 29th to October 3rd. And I mean, I'm doing this live. I haven't opened this strat in a minute. But what the strat is doing, as soon as the indicator prints, it's entering. Because the question that you had regarding how do we know how often it comes back to entry, to solve that with the strat, I just have it entering on print ASAP. And so at that point, taking partials at 2.5R and setting the stop to break even, leaving, taking a second partial at 5R and leaving a runner. But in order to run this strat, you have to enter with at least 5 contracts. So depending on your account, depending on your drawdown, depending on your risk management profile, that's something that I think is a little bit beyond the scope of a first stream, right? But like I said, I threw this strat up here. We're doing the stream. We got a couple people on. Let's run it for a month and see. First thing I'm gonna do is I wanna examine these trades right here. It's a nice graph, profit factor of infinity, 100% win rate in the past 7 days. So pretty damn good in my opinion. Let's go back and let's just zoom back on these trades and see if it can show us. Now I'm only looking at a single time window. A lot of people in the Discord, a lot of people in the group, they're wanting to see more trades. They're like, well, I'm not getting enough signals. Well, good, right? We need to trade less. So here's another signal. Enter long immediately on print. Take the first partial at 2.5R. Trail and stop. Long exit in profit. Profitable trade. Mechanical system. That's all the data it's going to show us on the 15-second chart. Now, you do see prints on higher time frames. It's interesting. Now, like I said, I haven't ran the data and I don't know how that's going to perform on the higher time frames with respect to, because this is the design. This is the design. Let's go for last 30 days. Babe, is there any more coffee? Mm. What for? No. You know, I got at work today, we put it in the thing. At work today, I got a cork board. I left it there though. It's huge. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it. I'll bring it. So here's a 30-day performance, max drawdown. And here we're just talking about 5 micros, 0.07%, 1,000, 11 trades, 90% win rate, profit factor 3.81. Let's go last 90 days. Yeah, I don't know if I would short Bitcoin right now. Cool cat. I don't necessarily think it's a bad idea, but I'm not a huge crypto trader. Uh, I know we got Ethereum, Sol, Bitcoin, XRP. I have those on my chart, but I'm not necessarily actively trading those. I'm a little bit of a noob when it comes to crypto. All right, so 80% win rate on the past 90 days, $2,000 on five micros. We're talking about 5 micros here. Max drawdown of a 0.15%, profit factor of 1.7. This is showing real promise for a mechanical model. Now, I'm able to squeeze more out of this, but here we are talking about just 5 micros. Don't touch it, just let it run and let it do its thing. And this is just one of a couple different models that are active in our group. I don't know if it'll give us 365 days with the data restrictions on TradingView. Grab this faucet. So there's another. Let me set this and save this. It's okay. I'm just gonna put this in there. I want to show you guys one other thing that I thought was really interesting today. Late in the day, we got a late trade. Staying with this same concept right quick. Let me turn this off. The reason that I wanted to highlight the Primo model today is because, as you can see, the move is bearish coming off the highs. But we still take an opportunity to pull a scalp out of the market before it dumps further. So this is a retrace on a continuation move. So as the market's opening here, down, and then we get a retrace before a continuation down. So to me, that's beautiful that the market can do that. Down, up, that this model can catch this portion of the move from here to here. This is what we got today. Now, there are some days that the market's going to do this at 9:30, 9:45. Come down, make a low, and then completely reverse. Now, this trade is my absolute favorite, the 10 a.m. reversal. But statistically, it's much lower probability than what happened today. It's another topic to discuss, the statistical probability of the 10 a.m. reversal. But if you're following the same circles that I'm following, you know that there are a lot of people that make a lot of money on the 10 a.m. reversal. Kane specifically, his Apex payout, this millions that he pulled to 20 accounts, uncapped payouts, 10 a.m. reversal. These guys are explaining it a little bit different way. They H4, PO3, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. It's the same shit. This is what everybody's trading. I just simply made an indicator for it. So here, what we see is, one more time, just to solidify this for me, retrace on a continuation move. Beautiful delivery, 945 Primo model, retrace on a continuation move. Now, let me show you the additional confluences that I had here today for some late day scalps. So I told you that I was trading London gold because I couldn't sleep. I had a combine that I had worked on and passed, and Topstep was having some problems with their dashboard, and so I didn't get the activation on the XFA until much later in the day. And I was like, you know what, I'm not going to trade it. But as I'm watching this 15-minute chart, and as I'm watching this, and I'm already out of my trade, and I'm like, okay, we're on a continuation, we're going lower. And then I see, okay, we got VWAP down here. I love a good VWAP tap. And I love to be able to get in a trade after it's already running. So I was busy at work, and this thing's dumping. You know, sure, I like to be the smart guy that sells short up here and catches the whole thing. And I have been that guy. But I also like to be the guy that gets to the party a little late, has a little bit of fun, and get the fuck out. So that's exactly what I did on a Topstep XFA today. And I'm looking at the chart and I'm seeing this and I'm like, whoa, damn, this thing's dropping like a rock. Obviously, I got in on this last 15-minute candle. So let's pull it back to the 5-minute. And I can pull up those executions on my Topstep account. So I'm watching this. I may even been on the 1-minute chart. After we're already well, now here, look, see, here's one of those prints. Same indicator printing on the 1-minute chart. You don't get the 5-to-1, but still a nice trade. And the signal is stronger. The market structure shift is stronger on the 1-minute chart. So here, as we're talking about this dump, let me double check and see how many we got with us. Still got 5 on. All right, that's enough for me to keep talking. Drop a note in the chat if you're still with us, if you got any questions. Everybody find the link to the Discord. Drop your email in to subscribe. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. I need some support. Let's get the Topstep execution up on this. Showing here. There we go. All right. You can see the execution on this bad boy right here. Brand new XFA. Didn't really want to trade it today. I was like, okay, but what the hell? We'll give it a shot, right? So here, you can see my entry and exit. Oh, I think I just pulled 20, 30 points out, right? Timmy, cool, man. Cool. Glad you're still here, bro. Let me look here. So I'm entering short 962.50. I'm out 939.75. So I pull like 22 points out on 1 micro. Yeah, it's a good little first trade, bro. Like $450. First trade, 1 trade, you know. Let's look at the stats. 1 trade, 100% win rate. Like, I'm game to start my brand new XFA like this. You know? Like, let's run this thing up, you know? Next, the thing I want to talk about and I'm still waiting on my codes to get everybody a massive discount on this trade copier that I can now execute Topstep, not from Project X, but through trade copier. Let me turn this off. So let me get back here. I want to go back here and study this just a minute. This is my scalp setup, and we'll do another videos on this. This is my scalp setup for Topstep X when I do execute through Topstep X. I like to have my 1 hour chart, 15-minute chart, and a 15-second chart. I've got a VWAP, couple EMAs on everything. Not my favorite platform to execute in, but it's solid, bro. Like, that can set up my hotkeys. I've got hotkeys set up to where I can get in and out, change position size, flatten, break even. It's a nice platform, man. It's a nice platform. I've done a ton of business with Topstep. Super happy with the performance so far. I love it. Gotten some payouts with Topstep. I fully intend on getting more. Let's dump out of this here. I'm going to throw up this trade copier real quick and show this, because this is how I'm executing Topstep from TradingView. I just got a funded next that's a leader, and so then I pull funded next up here, and then I execute on funded next. It'll copy it to Project X. It's a little bit of a complex setup, but well worth the trouble. I'm about to stack that copier full of Topstep XFAs and funded next rapid accounts. Got one funded next rapid account I started trading today, specifically for this project that I'm working on right now. Had a nice little day on the funded next. Nice little day, 1,300-1,400 bucks. I didn't catch this short, but here you can see, going on just a little bit more, diving down here. Let's just go ahead and jump in. We can say, hey, we're getting in. You're just kind of chasing price a little bit, but man, a nice little VWAP tap. Shoot. Boom. Just a quick trade like that. You're late to the party, but if you've got an idea of where it's going, check out that reversal off of VWAP, man. Wow. I'm an ICT trader, but you know, people sleep on this stuff, man, because they're like, oh, ICT's not talking about VWAP. Bet your sweet ass that the guys on Wall Street are talking about VWAP. Volume weighted average price. Where are most of the shares trading at? I wish I had the DOMs. I could see how big that order was. The market maker just ran to get that, you know? But that's a whole different discussion. Guys, I'm probably gonna wrap up the stream here. I'm not opposed to starting a different one. If you guys want to reach out on my Twitter, my DMs are open. Follow me on Twitter. If you want to discuss in the Discord how we're doing this, go check everything out. Scroll back through. We got a free section in the Discord. It's a good deal, man. It's a good program. We're really leaning in on getting folks results this fourth quarter. Got a lot of guys that are passing combines, passing challenge accounts, headed towards first payouts. We really want to get some milestones, and we want to be able to build that base for our people, you know. Good point, bro. The VWAP setting. So it's a little bit special. This VWAP that I've got on my chart right now, I don't have it working on the time frame of the chart. I've got it set on high, low, close divided by 3. So it's basically average. And 15-minute time frame weekly anchor. Let me pull up those settings so you can see that. Now, I don't know if this is just a lucky guess, because sometimes it's blowing through VWAP.
Um, but it's still not a bad place to get out. You know, there are a lot of days when you see this thing start running that it'll hit VWAP and it'll drop another 100 points. Today it just reversed, but that just comes with time and experience. So it's a weekly anchor, high low close average. I turn the bands off because I don't like to clutter the chart, and it's a 15-minute time frame, and you should see this same level for today. Let's turn off these other indicators and let's zoom out a little bit on the 15-minute chart. And notice that the VWAP's not going to move. If you've got it on your time frame of chart, the VWAP is going to change because it's going to be recalculating based on whatever the chart time frame is. Here, I have it set to always use the 15-minute time frame so that level is going to be the same no matter what time frame I'm on. And I'm not basing it off of any data or any research, just kind of like a gut feel that the 15-minute VWAP has been good to me. I have been able to make a couple of quick trades like this more than once. And when you zoom out, you can see that this is happening with some frequency, that you can see it and you could use it as a target. Like take this day, boom, VWAP, good target, boom, VWAP, good target. You know, here, okay, we blew through the VWAP. Here, longs into VWAP into the moon above. Here, longs into VWAP into the moon above. Here, shorts into VWAP. And it could be going below, you know. This looks like a pretty good target to me, you know. But hey, man, if I knew that, I probably wouldn't be on YouTube and trading prop accounts. But it's still nice to be right every now and then. And the more I do this, the more I find myself being right. There's another couple good videos on my channel. One of them, I think the title is ICT Explained, or that's what's in the thumbnail anyway. And I talk about regular trading hours. I want to throw that up here, and I use this TFO indicator. Man, I'm a strong believer in these EQs get rebalanced. You know, so I feel like we're going to see 881 get hit. We saw this one get hit already to the tick, man, nearly. Like, check this out. Wow. I love these. So if we're coming into this trading day right here and you're seeing, oh man, this price just ran off unless this regular trading hours EQ, watch this. We'll go ahead and draw it out there. Let's do this. I don't know why I've got such a funky color right there. I want that to stand out a little bit. So there's the EQ of that day, which would have been a Friday. So you've got Monday price action. Here you are on Tuesday, and you've got an unbalanced day from the week before. And then the price just solves that problem real quick. Boom. It's beautiful. Happens all the time. I love it. It's really cool to see that. Like here you can see it happening. Here you can see price coming almost back, but it does go. Here you can see, boom, regular trading hours back to EQ, regular trading hours back to EQ, regular trading hours back. I mean, it's just, I feel like I'm on repeat, man. Otherwise, the market would be a runaway train. Now, in the other video, I go through all of these set points on this indicator right here. I'll pull that up if you want to screenshot it. This is the important part. Basically turn everything off and set one session for 9:30 to 4:15. Turn everything else off. I mean, it's got some cool stuff. and you can play with it, like if you're not using this. This is important here, this part. Screenshot this part too. Make sure you got these set this way. Other than that, badass indicator. I don't keep it on all the time, but it's nice to get a high level view of what's going on because these are the different days in the month. So I keep that in my toolbox for sure. One more cool thing that I want to talk about because I saw it late today. Check this out, dude. 15-minute chart. Let's pull this VWAP back up real quick. Okay, all right. We're at. Watch this. Boom. It's another indicator. I don't know who's familiar with the stat map, but this is what really got me started into my coding journey, making indicators for TradingView. Perfect delivery. I created this indicator. The concept behind this indicator, if you're not familiar, is the M lines are manipulation lines. Distribution lines are statistical distribution of a session. Where does it close? At what range does it close based on the open? And these manipulation lines are how far up does it go before it closes down? And today was a damn near to the tick perfect delivery. Like this, if you had this indicator on, is all you need. Now, it's not like this every day, but statistically, this is the truth. But when you start stacking these confluences like this, check out where VWAP is. You start stacking these confluences, and before you know it, you got a sweet trading plan. Man, I'm excited for 2026. I tell you, I really, really am. Because I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a great year. Nephew Sam, got to throw him a bone, man. Another staple in my arsenal. Fair value gaps. I love ICT, but I cut him off. Like, he'll even say it. We were talking about it today in a space. There's a point in time at which ICT less is more. You gotta end it. Oh, you do use the stat map indicator. Which settings do you need to see again for the TFO? Sorry, I just jumped back on. OBS where I can see the chat. But this streaming is something that I want to start doing a lot more of. I've recently started trading gold. I don't have any. Psycho Daddy, what's up? Oh, the TFO kill zones indicator? Yeah. I've got a whole video on it, dude. I'm going to drop the link in the thing. But I've talked about it for like 20 minutes, just going over Psycho Daddy. I can't see the chat right now, but because I've only got one monitor. I'm sitting at my kitchen table. My girl's on my monitor set up upstairs doing whatever doctorate shit she's doing to get her anatomy. Let's see. Settings. Here we go. I'm just running this 9:30 to 4:15. I'm just pulling one session. Because all these other things, all they do is clutter my chart, man. So, Psycho Daddy, you were saying you're using StatMap every day? don't even turn it on anymore. Oh, I do that. I build things and then I just leave them behind. These are important settings too here, Tammy. Oh yeah, yeah, the opening bell for sure, man, for sure. I don't know how much of it you've seen, Psycho Daddy, as far as the stream here, but oh yeah, for me too. I'm trading Nasdaq. I'm not hitting ES. You trading YM? Okay, I love YM some days too. I like to trade gold. I've been trading a lot of gold recently. I love those moves because they just rock, dude. You know, NQ. If you know NQ, it's a lot of whipsaw. Gold, at least lately, for me, it's just like you're just like, oh, dude, that's the easy long, and you hit it, and it's just like long, 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 long. And I even caught some real nice shorts too. A couple 2 weeks back, maybe. I work too, man. I'm in the prop game right now. I got a big family. I got 3 kids, so I got a lot of bills, cars, college, tons of just nonsense, mortgage. Yeah, I hit big too today. Today was a good day for me, man. Good day. I actually blew an account. I don't know if you guys have ever had the experience where you just need like that one flip day and something just goes sideways and you end up blowing it. It sucks, but it's a game, man. For me, you know, I can't let it get me down. I mean, we're gonna blow accounts, you know, we're gonna do that. We just gotta try to be a little bit better every day, you know, just a little bit better than we were the day before. You know, for me, um, it's just progress, man. I'm just trying to make progress. Psycho Daddy, I don't know if you know, have you been following my channel for a while? Are you in the Discord? I don't know if you're on Twitter. I got a pretty good model for the New York AM session. It's pretty badass, and that's kind of why I jumped on, is that I wanted to kind of highlight this Primo model, catching a little scalp reversal here. New York session this morning. So New York's in a bullish mood, and I mean bearish mood, and even on a down day, my model will catch a retracement before it dumps. So I'm looking for this move right here today, here to here. That's beautiful, man, because it'll also catch a true reversal if you leave runners. Even if the market wanted to rocket ship further north, this model will catch that because the business is happening right here at 9:45. And if it doesn't happen at 9:45, and it's happening at 10:45. Now, there are a lot of days it doesn't happen either time, but when it does happen, it's happening then. That's what I've found to be the overarching facts. For me, at least. And I'm green and it's working, and now I just want to scale it. And so that's my mission for 2026. I'm starting here in the fourth quarter, taking it slow. Um, I'll go ahead and pull it down here on the. I'm gonna get this bar replay set. Start new. Get in here at the 10 o'clock hour. Go through it one more time for the latecomers. Like you say, in and out by 11. Hell yeah, me too. That's the goal every day. I'll get down on a 1 minute chart. The goal and the tenets of this model are, I'm looking at invisible horizontal liquidity, midnight open, Globex open, 9:30 open. Those are big levels They're on my chart every day. If they're not on my chart, I'm not looking at it. You know, my kids are messing with it or something. You know, I built an indicator to signal types of moves that I want to be in based around some real defined bias settings that I have. 3 of them being on your chart. I'm only going to print a long signal if I'm below 1800, below midnight, and below 930, period. Now, I will take longs after 945, but I have found that if you're in between these levels, you're in no man's land. I'm going back one candle because here you see the indicator print. This is based on the trend settings that I have. I'm doing trend detection here. I'm going to drop down on the 15-second because this indicator is designed to get you in on the 15-second chart with the tightest stop. Now, my next project, it just hit me today. What I want to do is I want to print the indicator on the higher time frame charts based on the 15-second price action. It's a little bit of a pie in the sky dream, right? That I want to be watching the 15-second price action, but I don't want to be on the 15-second chart. And if you've been around trading, you know what I'm talking about, why you don't want to be on the 15-second chart all the time. Because it's not a good habit to have. Because you can get lost in it. And you stop zooming out and you start thinking these are big targets. Man, it's a 15-second chart here. Like, let's get real. But during this time frame, you're going to get the best entry. Between 9:45 and 10:15, you're going to get the best entry on the 15-second chart. With a decent signal. Like you see, this is a 2022 model, man. This is ICT's 2022 model right here. Boom. Bam. Print it. Right? This candle in this fair value, this bearish fair value, should have sent price to the bottom. When it closes above that, that's a market structure shift. And so here, I'm doing some math based on some back testing that I've done. I'm waiting on price to retrace. Let's do this one more time. I'm waiting on price to retrace to the center of this fair value gap chain, ideally. Now, if I'm super confident about this model, about this trade per se, you know, I'll enter immediately on the print, you know, but I'm going to try to get break even as soon as I can. Oh, stopped out. I didn't have my stop at the right spot. I didn't have it at the stop levels. If you guys want to rewind, we pulled up the Discord where we're trading this all day long. I didn't actually get in this trade. I was busy in the office. I was super late into this trade, but I still caught a nice scalp. And even here, I would say, okay, let's pull the stop on down to that low. We're getting a print here. Let's put a take profit 5-1 at the. Now I've got a little mechanical strategy that's running a little bit different about how we manage this trade, but just for demonstration purposes for the folks that are on right now. This is price action from New York this morning. You see price kind of magnetizing around these levels, 930, 1800. Like to see price going back to midnight open, but it did it prior to the move. So, you know, every day is a little bit different. Go back, do a little back testing from the morning. You'll see what I'm talking about here. Oh yeah, so you're not in the group. So I go, man, shoot, bro, go get in the Discord. The link's in my channel profile. Subscribe, man. Free Discord, bro. I mean, like, no bullshit. Just click the link, man. Get in there and say something, and I'll come in there and connect. Got lots of free indicators that I've made. Man, we're posting this stuff. We're trying to help people. Uh, Trying to help people be better traders, man. We're talking about all the struggles that we have psychologically, uh, technically. We're just trying to be good to each other. Try to build a little community, man. All right, guys. Anybody else got anything else they want to see right now? I don't know how long we've been on, but nice. Timmy, see you joining the Discord, bro. Cool. Good stuff, man. Nice to make the connection, bro. We're hanging out in the market chat usually. We've been through some growing pains in the Discord. At one point, we were up to 800. Uh, we've been a little up and down, you know. We got a Primo section, and then we've also got this baseline section where all of us are just hanging out in the market chat. All right, guys, I gotta bounce, but I'll be back on. Who knows? We may get on and do another little demo tomorrow. Hey, I appreciate everybody's time and the interaction. Trading can be a lonely game, man. So it's nice to have a. Yeah, I see you, bro. I see you just joining in the audit files. Like my bot tells me when people are joining. So it's cool to make connections, man. And I putting myself out here a little bit, and it's not easy, man. But I mean, it's worthwhile so far. I've met some really cool people, and we're all after the same thing, man, to survive this game and maybe make a little money. And I've been able to do that, and I turned the corner when I started to really to connect with other traders, you know, because my profitability didn't come until then, until I was able to talk and share and and realize that I'm not the only one that goes through the things that we all go through. I don't think it gets talked about it enough. Everybody will say risk management, and they mean how well do you control your tilt, you know. Um, I guess there are different psychological makeups, and people are different inherently, and they all have different tolerance levels for self-control. And for me, taking losses is tough, man. You're welcome, Timmy, man. Thank you, man. God bless you, brother. I think the universe brings us together for a reason. I don't think there are any accidents, and I want to give back a little bit. I'm a mechanical engineer. I like mathematics. I like statistics. Uh, I love the idea of trading, and I just want to be better at it. And I think that, we can all get there, bro. I'm gonna hop off though. Till next time.